What's up, ladies? You have now entered into the Purpose, Power, and Profit Society with Kymberly Smith, your purpose catalyst. So as you already know, this is where we help identify your purpose, transform your pain into power, and activate your zone of genius so that you can start to create multiple streams of income. I am so hyped because one of the episodes that I wanted to record most was about branding and faith. And I have a branding guru with me. So I'm so excited to introduce you to my branding guru. And you know what? I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I think it's a little interesting one. You spell your name like crazy, like my name is spelled. So shout out to our parents. But I want them to hear you speak, and then I'm going to spill the beans on you. Okay? All right, go ahead. I am tossing it over to you.
All right, so my name is Adriana. I do wear a lot of different hats, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. I am a serial entrepreneur. My zone of genius is everything creative, everything sharing your story, and everything just redefining what it means to be a faith-based Christian in the marketplace, in business, serving others through what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and, just being a light in an area that's so, we don't see it as Christian to begin with, but just bringing the light of Christ to it.
See, number one, this is what you need to know about Adriana. Okay. She's young. Adriana, how old are you?
I am 23. I'll be 24 next month.
With a wealth of wisdom. So number one, she makes me feel old. Number two, she is amazing at what she does. Now, the way that I found Adriana is online. She is a bomb graphic designer. She helps people with publishing graphics, which means that she helps authors, right?
Right.
I've seen some flyers of hers, and it's crazy because, in a place where, or should I say in a world where people are kind of just swapping people in and out of flyers, it is very rare that you find something authentic and never before seen. And that's what captured my eye. I saw some of her work and was like, oh my God, that's new. I've never seen anything like that. Who's that? And it was Adriana. Not only is she amazing at that, but she's also one of the contributing storytellers in my monthly subscription box, The Purpose Stash. And she does an amazing story or devotional every month. And we have a couple of millennials that are on the team. And I'm telling you, it's crazy to be able to work with such amazing young talent. So let's kick it off with a few questions. What prompted you to get into branding, creative design? The creatives are really interesting. They're not necessarily geared towards finite environments. They're more like, let's explore this. Let's look at that. But you seem to have a good grasp of both worlds. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I'll just start from the very top. Design by Adriana is my branding, design, and creative marketing business. And I started that in 2016, literally like a year after being homeless and unemployed, after getting fired from the two jobs that I was working as a tour guide and as a retail merchandiser.
Wow. What a way to come back, girl.
Right. So when I got started, that really wasn't my intention, but just being a natural creative, it just kind of, it was an experiment. So I was unemployed, and what I was doing was creating graphics for myself, just like to share on Instagram, and they were like motivational quotes or, like Bible verses, inspirational sayings and things like that. And I noticed that they were getting like a lot of attention on Instagram. And since I wasn't really working like a stable job, I was like independent contracting here and there for store resets and stuff, just trying to, use my retail background. And one day I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. So I, in about a month's time, had never built a website before, but I threw together this website.
Wow.
I started pushing my services on social media, and before the official launch, I already had like my first logo design client. So that was all I needed. Like, okay, I think I can do this, and it just grew from there. I started off charging, well, I didn't even want to charge the person for the logo. I was like, I can do it for free. And she was like, no, I'm going to pay you. So
Yes.
I started there, like not even wanting to say like, okay, this costs this much and this is the investment that you need to make here, into having what is now a brand that has worked with entrepreneurs, small business owners, in, if I'm not mistaken, 38 states in the United States, one
Wow.
Canadian client, and my prices have went up. So I'm really
Wow.
just the price is going up, but having the confidence to say that, this is where I came from. This is the investment that I have put into myself. So this is what I expect when, you come to work with me. Like, I'm going to give you all I have, all I've learned over the past 2.5 years, and, just kind of take control of my business to better serve the people who come to me for work.
That is crazy. So you went from being unemployed and homeless to working with individuals in Korea, 38 states, and setting pricing and then increasing pricing.
Right.
Yeah, all in a matter of almost 3 years.
Right.
That's a way to scale. I've never seen it before in my life. I love it. So tell me how, one, I know that you are a woman of faith, which I absolutely adore. Season 2 is all about mixing faith and entrepreneurialism, and business all together and how to make it work in the marketplace. So tell me what prompted you to leverage your faith during this journey, and how do you incorporate that when you work with clients?
So basically, my brand is built off of faith. Like I said, when I wasn't working and when I didn't have a job, I pretty much stuck to my core values, faith, hope, and love. So everything that I do is built off of the idea of faith, the substance of things that you hope for, but it isn't seen yet. Like even right now, I'm not where I want to be, and it seems like such a wide gap from here to there. But I still hang on to just the faith and putting in the work behind it. So yeah, just like that, my Christian values are lived out every day by me personally. And the way that I show it to my clients is they're pretty much, I'm not going to say just like me, but I think they're drawn to me because of my story. And they get to share things like, I really want to do this. I really want to launch this brand or build this business, but it's like, I don't have the money right now. I don't have the direction. I'm not necessarily sure what to do. And, that's my chance to get in there like, oh, I can totally relate. And let me tell you that action is good, but prayer is a business strategy as well, especially as a
Yes.
Christian. So we get to talk about that, and it can go into a whole faith-based conversation. But at the same time, with it being like entrepreneurship and business, like you don't want to just rush people with the Bible. But if they are Christian, of course, that's my way of, just better serving them. If they're not a Christian, I still find ways to incorporate that, just by sharing my story. And even if I don't get a chance to do that, just to, respect their views, their beliefs, it's still like all in my branding. So designed by Adriana, the color scheme, just everything about it, it's very symbolic. So the butterfly, for example, I have the branded shirts and tank tops and all this stuff with the butterfly on it. And I use the butterfly as like symbolism for transformation, evolution, and being reborn. So it just goes back to Christian roots. Like even if people don't instantly see that, it's all symbolized in there.
I love that. One of the books that I'm reading currently is The Ministry of Branding and how it dates back to Bible days. It's extremely biblical. The way that they branded, the apostles branded going out into the marketplace, how they came out but went back in. And so I find that it is helpful for me as a faith-based solopreneur. It's extremely helpful when I'm looking for someone who has services that understands that, yes, I am an entrepreneur, but I also am a faith-based woman. Like, I'm a woman of faith. That comes first. The label of being an entrepreneur is one thing, but my belief in God is primary. How does that play when you decide to work with clients? How does it even work with your copy? Are there parameters with which you'll work? Are there certain people with which you'll work?
Um, with that, I think it's still a thing of, like you said, just having that balance. Like, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to serve you professionally and in business, but at the same time, my faith is here. So with that being said, like everything on my website, like I said, the branding is there, so it mirrors like the light of Christ. So like I say, my brilliant butterfly is
I
shining
love it.
gold, like, shining the light of Christ through what I do. So through business, through the services I provide. And as far as like other people with maybe their beliefs aren't the same as mine, I don't rush them with the Bible. But a lot of people, even non-Christians, I have non-Christian clients, non-Christian friends, just I still respect them. They respect me. And one thing that they say a lot is that, see, if I wanted to believe in God, if I wanted to believe all of this is real, I would believe it just because of the way that you live it. So
Powerful.
I love it. Someone told me that the other day and I almost cried because, like I know these people with opposite views and
Hmm.
different opinions, and they were just like, the way you carry yourself when they see me in person and personally. And that also carries over to, what I will say and what I'll post online and stuff. So you will never see me cursing somebody out online or, posting something that's the complete opposite of, what I'm trying to brand myself as. And
Hmm.
that's a Christian entrepreneur. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. What prompted you to get into branding? What was it that piqued your interest? And what would you say to anybody else, regardless of age? How could they get into creative design or branding? What skills, what knowledge, what abilities or talents must they have in order for it to be successful?
So now I would say that definitely just be just be creative. Like, don't try to fit into a box because that's very boring, and you're going to need a lot of diversity. So some of the people that I work with, they're the complete opposite of how I like things. So I actually grew from very colorful and like the bright pinks and the bright blues and the neon greens to now I like everything professional, like black and white with bright gold. And if I just did that to everybody, I wouldn't have clients because I have some people, they're very masculine. So they're going to want a lot of those dark blues and things. And some people still like the bright colors and things. So basically, if you're going to be a creative designer, you're going to get into branding, just get out of the box. Like, don't try to make everybody fit into what you like. Just use the skills, like the color skills, the good design eye, the principles of design, and all of that to satisfy your client. So not so much just try to make everyone look like you, but make them look like the best version of them, no matter what their style is.
Love it. Now, is there a specific schooling that you've gone to in order to be able to know color scheme complements and saturations and things of that nature?
So another interesting fact about me, I am a three-time college dropout. Um,
I love it. That makes you even more relatable to me. Hey, girl, hey.
Yeah, my first major that I attempted to go to school for was interior design. And that's kind of how I started learning the Adobe software.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, interior design. And I only finished the first year. But in that first year, I learned about balance and contrast and how to make movement or portray movement through lines and things and portraits. And since I didn't finish the college program, I couldn't go straight into interior design because you have to be certified and stuff for that.
Mhm.
So I just self-taught myself the rest of what I know when it comes to graphic design,
Wow.
just that foundation.
Wow. That is so crazy. So you taught yourself Adobe Suite, you taught yourself creating designs, branding, like all of this stuff you just yourself taught?
Pretty much. Like I said, my first website that I put up online to start marketing my services, I never built a website before in my life. So, building websites is self-taught. Graphic design is pretty much self-taught. Like I had the foundation, I learned the principles, but actually creating things, especially for other people, is self-taught.
Wow, that is amazing. That makes it even better for those people who have the creative touch but don't know where to go. What was some of the best ways for you to kind of play around in Adobe? How did you just take a couple of days out, like a week off and see I'm going to learn these? Did you take tutorials? What's the best way for somebody who wants to learn Adobe to kind of jump in and get ready?
So me, I pretty much jumped straight in. um, Eventually, like when I wanted to learn new things like how to make a gradient or things like that, I did do YouTube videos. But for the most part, yeah, I just had to hop straight in and just kind of learn as I went. So I think that was another thing, like when it comes back to my business and how I priced it. Like at first, I was very not as confident because it was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but these people are hiring me, so I'm just gonna work for them. But then it was like, I want to do better. I want to learn better. Like I don't want this to be just a hobby anymore. I don't
Mhm.
want this to be just some lunch money for the week while I'm trying to catch up on credit card payments. Like, no, I think I want to build this into an actual business and like have it a actual business where I can support myself off of this. It can grow. I can hire people. Like that was just the vision for the rest of my life. Like I love business. I love what I'm doing. I feel in my zone with all this creative work. So yeah, that was my thing. Just keep learning as you go, keep wanting to improve. And I think that when you do that, you just end up finding the right resources and the right people to help you grow.
Love it. Now, do you have a mentor?
Currently, I do not have a mentor.
I was going to ask you, do you recommend people having mentors if they're jumping in like that? Or do you provide mentorship services for people who want to jump in to the winds and the waves of creative design?
So mentoring, I don't offer that, but of course I don't mind if someone reaches out to me like, hey, do you mind setting up a call this week? Or even if they want to do a call every week, like if they're working on something and just want some feedback or some advice, I'm totally open to that. But yeah, I definitely do recommend at one point or another having like that person from the outside looking in to come in and tell you like, I think this could be better. I think your prices are too low. So I did have a business coach at one point who had to come in and tell me like, your work is too amazing for you to charge that little. And, in my mind, it's
Mhm.
like, well, I'm not confident, so this is all I can charge. But when you do have someone else to come in, like a complete stranger, just say, I think you should be charging no less than $5,000 for a website. Like that's gonna boost your confidence so much, and you're gonna see like what you do, your skills, your talent, everything from a different perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to serve others better because like you see that someone else is noticing, and
Mm-hmm.
they just see you in a way that maybe you can't even see yourself yet.
I love that. Now, how can the women that listen to the Purpose, Power, and Profit Society check you out? What social media platforms are you on?
I am just getting back on Instagram. That's where I'm most active right now. So that is instagram.com/theadriana.co. And the rest of my social media platforms, just kind of lingering around there. Like I'm on there. I may not respond immediately, but I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, of course, LinkedIn. And I will be building like my main personal platform on YouTube. And all of those are searchable by my name. So
Love, love, love it. It has been an absolute pleasure to chat with you tonight and get to know more about your journey into branding. I honestly had no idea that you were not formally trained. No one would have been able to tell me that. So the fact that you said that tonight literally blew me away. I was not ready. Wasn't ready at all. So thank you so much for chatting it up with us. I love the expertise and the wisdom that you shared, and it was good nuggets for the ladies, especially those interested in getting into design and graphic design and multimedia and web design. Like that, I think we are probably outnumbered. And so it's great to see women who do that. I love it.
right.
So yay for you, girl. I'm excited about your future. I know it's going to be amazing. So, ladies, you have just heard from Adrianna Robinson. She is the Adriana Co on Instagram, and you will find her on YouTube under, is it Adrianna Robinson or the Adriana.co?
The Adriana Company is how you can look it up.
The Adriana Company on YouTube. Make sure you go over there, check her out, subscribe to her channel. She is doing amazing things, and I would love for you all to support her. As for me, I'm your girl, Kymberly Smith, the Purpose Catalyst. And as always, we are here to help you identify your purpose, transform your pain into power, and help activate your zone of genius so that you can start creating multiple streams of income. Until later, I'll talk to you soon.